everyone, can you hear us? Welcome to the Dragon Song Tavern Cozy and Adventurous live stream. I'm Miyako, the producer of the game, and today I'm not alone. Join me is the wonderful Tanya from our published team. Hello, everyone. We're really excited to have you here today. Today, we've got a lot of fun things to share. Have new updates, new behind the scenes stories, and maybe even a sneak peek at what's coming next. So, get comfy, grab your favorite drinks, and feel free to chat with us during the stream. We are reading your comments and we'll love to hear your thoughts and the questions. Yeah, let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so Miyako, can you introduce your team and tell us about this game? Well, sure. We are a small indie team from China, just 11 people, but every one of us bring a lot of experience to the table. Most of us have been in the game industry for over 10 years, working on large-scale game before coming together for this project. So, while we may be a small in number, but we're definitely not short on skills or passion. After spending years in big studios, we really wanted to return to the heart of what made us love games in the first place. That's why we left our previous job and create something more personal, more meaningful, and that's how Dragon Song Tavern was born. And Dragon Song Tavern is the game we've poured our heart into. It's a cozy adventure RPG where you can run a seaside tavern with a sibling and a cute baby dragon. On the farming and the tavern side, during the day, you grow your own crops, cook delicious meals, and serve customers at your seaside tavern. It's all about building your cozy little business and making people happy one dish at a time. On the adventure side, you can also head it out for turn-based adventures with your companions, explore mystery location, collect rare ingredients, and slowly uncover the deeper story of the world. Oh, it's so cool to get into the beginning of this game. So, what inspired you to create this amazing game? Here's a fun fact. The whole idea actually came from a tabletop RPG campaign we played as a team. Our creative director was the DM, who's also my husband. He wrote a custom module called the Dragon Song of the Southern Sea. That world later became the foundation of our game, especially the port city of Lavella. Some of you might recognize it. The campaign lasted over for a year. During that time, we created a lot of characters, side stories, and a world lot together. So, in a way, the game is a natural evolution of something we truly played and loved. And of course, we didn't do this alone. Huge thanks to our publishing partner Harrison World Japan, who's supporting us every step on the way and helping bring Dragon Song Tavern to a global audience. This is our first worldwide launch, and their help truly made a difference. Thank you for sharing the inspiration of this game. So, everyone's loving the art style of Dragon Song Tavern. So, what kind of ideas and exploration went into shaping the game's visuals? Well, one of the things we hear the most since launch is, wow, the art style is so pretty. And honestly, we still get excited every time someone says that. When we first started working on the game, we asked ourselves, what kind of visual style could bring this cozy and slightly whimsical world to life? Surprisingly, the inspiration came from a pop-up storybook my daughter loves. There was something magical about the way each page opened up into a tiny world, charming texture and full of life. So we decided to blend 3D and 2D elements to create that same storybook feeling. For the character designs, we mix a bit of medieval style with fantasy flair, so it's grounded but still imaginative. And for the environments, every map has its own color palette if you pay attention to. We spend a lot of time on lighting and color, making sure that when you walk into a new area, it feels totally different. Our goal was to create a world that feels sunny, green, and full of life. a bit of countryside charm, a splash of ocean blue, and a touch of adventure. That's the feeling we want Dragon Song Tavern.
Yeah, actually, there are many players talking about how they like the cute style of this game. So, why did you choose a siblings and dragon setup for the main characters?
Okay, so there are three questions we get all the time. Why a dragon? Why siblings? Why is the sister the fighter and the brother the bard? Let's break it down.
So, firstly, why the dragon?
This goes back to our TRPG campaign I mentioned earlier. You can't really have a fantasy world without dragons. They are totally a classic. But instead of making the dragon the final boss, we thought, what if the dragon was your buddy? So we made a baby dragon, small, adorable, and ready to join you on your adventure. That choice helped set the tone of the whole game. Light-hearted, magical, and a little silly in the best way.
Oh, so this is why we have Luke.
Yeah.
So, secondly, why the siblings?
Okay, we wanted the game to feel warm, just as I mentioned. So we asked ourselves, what if you are not starting alone? We wanted to give you a sense of connection from the start. Someone who's always by your side, who share your goals, your silly moments, your struggles. That's why the sibling exists. It's part of what makes the world feel warm and alive.
Yeah, it's so warm to start an adventure with your sibling. So, about the role switch, why is the sister the fighter and the brother the bard?
Yes, we flip the usual roles on purpose. The sister is the hot-headed fighter, the brother is the thoughtful bard. We wanted to show that strength looks different for everyone. Characters don't have to fit a certain mold. They just need to feel real. Actually, my husband and I co-founded this studio together. I'm definitely the more reckless one, always diving into things head first. And he is the thoughtful one, calm, steady, and always thinking things through. So, in a way, it's kind of a reflection of our own journey, too.
It's so fun to know the behind story of the siblings. So, the players love the food too. The food in the game looks absolutely delicious. So, what made you decide to include cooking and cuisine in the gameplay?
Well, one thing we keep hearing from players is how good the food looks, and honestly, that means a lot to us. The cooking system is actually one of the most important part of the game. From the very beginning, we wanted to build a world that feels alive, something cozy, filled with small everyday moments, and food felt like the perfect way to show that. I love cooking and eating myself. So there was no way we were going to treat food like just a boring healing item. Yes, dishes restore energy in our game, but they are also the core part of the gameplay. You gather ingredients by growing crops, fishing, picking herbs, or sometimes even fighting monsters. Then you bring everything back to your tavern and start trying things out in the kitchen.
Okay, so talking about the cooking system, where do you usually get inspiration for the dishes in the game? From popular recipes or trendy restaurants, maybe?
Honestly, a lot of recipes come from food we actually love in real life, like the surf and turf sets in the game. You may know well. That idea came from a little restaurant near my home. They serve something called surf, turf, and sky, which is just shrimp, chicken wings, and fries, which also tastes really good. I love that food. Um, and sometimes when I write in the recipe descriptions, I get so hungry I start planning what to make for dinner. So yeah, this part of the game is really close to my heart.
Yeah, I would get hungry while reading the description of the recipe as well. So, generally, what kind of experience do you hope players will have in Dragon Song Tavern?
Well, we want to make a game that mixes everyday life with a bit of fantasy. a world where you can explore, go on adventures, or just relax and enjoy some quiet time with others. Real life can be stressful, right? So, with this game, we hope to give players a space to slow down. You can run your own tavern, collect outfits and furnitures, and build a cozy little world that feels like yours. In the full release, we also plan to add multiplayer content so you can enjoy the peaceful world with your friends and your family.
Oh, it's so happy to know that multiplayer feature is going to release. So, alright, after talking about all the behind story, let's go back to where are we now? Dragon Song Tavern official launch in early access on Steam on May 29th. So, how do you feel after launch?
Well, a lot of feelings I have get through. Well, since the launch, we received so much love from players around the world. It's been amazing and sometimes even harder to believe. Of course, things have been a little bit chaotic too. There were bugs, crashes, text formatting problems, screen scaling issues. Feedbacks came in from every direction. For the first 2 weeks, we were updating the game almost every day. When our dev team was staying up all night, someone on Discord even joked, "Do you guys ever sleep?" Well, now we've handled most of the urgent stuff and we finally have time to breathe and talk with you.
Yes, we finally have this time to make this live stream. So now we would love to go over some of the most common questions and suggestions from the survey. So let's get started. Okay, so firstly, it's some cooking system related questions. Players mentioned that the description of the research clues in game feels a bit unclear. So can you share more about how it works or if there are any updates planned?
Well, we know the clues for researching recipes haven't been very clear now. The good news, we've already finished improving the research clue system in Chinese version. Now we are working on translating those updates into other language version too. Stay tuned.
Okay. So, talking about the cooking system, will there be more ingredient combination added to the cooking system?
Well, this is a good question. We totally understand why people were asking. From the beginning, our idea for the cooking system was to focus on realism and comfort. We wanted the dishes in Dragon Song Tavern to feel like real food you could imagine eating, not just random ingredients thrown together for states. And yes, we are planning to add more ingredients and recipes in the future updates.
Okay, so are there any plans to add more mini games to the cooking gameplay?
Yeah, minigame is fun, right? But maybe not what you expect. We've definitely thought about adding more minigame content, but instead of putting into your everyday cooking routine, we we are more likely to using seasonal festival or multiplayer events. It will be fun to play minigames as a special challenge rather than a daily routine task. So yes, it's something we plan to add in the future. Stay tuned.
Yes, guys, stay tuned for the cooking system update. So now let's talk about the animal system part. Will there be more animal interactions or new animal species in the future?
Oh, yeah, this is one of the most requested features. I think you guys all love the unicorns, right? A lot of you really want more cute animals. Right now, the animal system is still pretty simple. But yes, we are planning to add more species, more ways to interact with them in the future. If you have ideas, feel free to share them in our Discord feedback channel. We are always looking for inspiration, and your suggestion might even make it into the game, like unicorns or other magic animals you like.
Yes, I have already seen, a lot of suggestions about this animal parts. Okay, so players are also asking about better in-game guidance and map directions. Are there any plans to improve that?
Yes, actually, we've already started working on it based on your feedback. and a lot of updates in the past is based on that. We've added and adjusted a few things to make the game easier to follow. Basically, if something is important, the game will try harder to let you know. That said, this is something we are still actively improving. So if you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to let us know on Discord. We are always listening, and your input really helps us make the experience better.
Okay, so players they not only they like the animals, the cooking, the in-game guidance, they also like the NPC of this game. So will NPCs get more expressions or actions to make them feel more lively and dynamic?
Well, absolutely, it's definitely part of our plan. But to be honestly, Dragon Song Tavern is a pretty content-heavy game, and we are little team, you know. Right now, our animator is focused on finishing core content, but once that's done, we plan to go back and add more expressive animations for those NPCs. We want to polish those little reaction and emotions that really bring the world to life. We are also hoping to add special poses for the main character so you can take cute photos during your journey. This is a game we plan to keep growing over time. There's so much we want to add. We just cannot do everything all at once. So, really, thank you for being here early, for being patient, and for supporting us. It truly means a lot.
Yes, guys, so here are all the questions from the survey. So now it's the QA time. So everyone, please don't hesitate to drop your question in the chat box of the YouTube. And Miyako is here and she's ready to answer your questions. So everyone who have a question about Dragon Song Tavern, you can drop your question in the chat box now. And yeah, and we will choose some of them to answer them right now. Okay. So um let's let's choose the first one. I think this one is good. The character movement feels a bit slow. Are there any plans to increase movement speed or add a dash feature?
Well, great questions. Actually, if you keep walking, your character speed slowly increases over time. You can eventually reach up to 60% faster than the starting speed.
Okay.
Oh, wait a moment. I have some water.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So
Mhm.
for the next question, I think this is rather a suggestion, I think. It would be great to have a free photo mode where we can zoom in and out, mix and match outfits, and take cute pictures in different places.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier in a few minutes, it's definitely in our future plans. We love to let you show off your own fashion style with cute pose and a beautiful scene. Stay tuned.
Okay. So another question, I think it's about the battle system. Would you consider adding an auto battle option or a way to skip battles with monsters we have already beaten?
I totally understand why people are asking that. We get this one a lot. Some battles now can feel a little slow or clunky. Right now, our focus is on giving you a better, more enjoyable battle experience rather than skipping entirely. We want the combat to feel satisfying, not like something you need to avoid. That's why we add a two times speed option and a difficulty option for combat. So, um, we are also working on smoother controls and the flow.
Okay, so this one. I would love to see changes in the scenery based on time, maybe morning and evening views, or even seasonal updates that bring a fresh feel to the island.
Well, we love that idea too. Nighttime is actually already in development. As for full seasonal changes, we love to try that in the future, but it's not planned just yet.
Okay, so what about this one? Can we have more ways to interact with objects in the world? Sitting on benches in the plaza would be so fun.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely want to add more little ways to interact with the world, like sitting on the benches and relaxing in the town. That's one on our list now.
Okay. So for crops, oh, that can be harvested more than once. Could you show how many harvests are left? That would be super helpful.
How can we miss that? That's a great idea. We love the suggestion, and then we start working on it. You'll see that in the update next week, I think.
Oh, next week.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you thought about adding a calendar system? It could track monster events or spawn dates after we have seen them once. That way we can plan better. I think we already have one.
Yeah. We actually already have a calendar in the game. Take a look at the left top side of your screen, click it, and you will open the calendar.
Okay. So, this one. Can we have the option to switch between the brother and sister anytime? I really like both outfits.
While switching characters mid-game will be a little tricky right now, since it might mess with quests and the story progress. But maybe someday we'll find a smart way to let you change later.
Okay, so mm, let's choose the last one. Mm, I think it's a suggestion about Luca. Could Luca follow us around in game? I love that little dragon and would be so happy to dress him up too.
Yeah, we hear you and we totally agree. Luca's the best. Everyone loves Luca. Yes, we do plan to let Luca follow you around more, and dressing Luca up is something we really want to make happen in the future.
Okay, so okay, I think the QA session is over.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Your support means everything to us. Yes, we also see so many great questions in the chat right now. Sorry we can't answer all of them during the stream, but don't worry, we will post a follow-up in the community with written answers so we can cover more of the topics everyone has been asking about. Yeah, and in addition to the great questions, we have also received, a lot of heartfelt reviews on Steam. Some of you even, posted your reviews on Steam in the Discord commentary sharing channel, and we really appreciate it. So now, what about let's go through a few of them together with Miyako. Miyako does it work. Okay. So let's see the first one.
Mhm.
Wow. I brought this game on release, and I have to say it's a very cute and addictive game with nice music and relaxing atmosphere. The art is very cute but can be a bit too bright at times. Developers are paying attention to people's comments and will do regular updates as well, which is great and something you don't see too often, which is great as obviously with it being an early access game, there will obviously be kinks and bugs to smooth out. Also, there is a friendly and active Discord that helps with any issues and even finding out what is in a particular recipe that you're currently stuck with. Not saying all that, I do feel the dungeon are lacking. Could do with more different types of fights and more mobs, but to be honest, I have to say that is my only equipment. Thank you so much for suggestions.
Well, thank you so much. And you have already played our game like 93 hours. That's really a long time. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your kind comments. It really means a lot. And we definitely will add more dungeons and monsters in the future. As I said before, Dragon Song Tavern is a long time updating game. Even after we release the official launch, we still gonna update the game content every season, I think.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's see the next one. So this is a player with 441 hours as well. Okay, a good start with some annoyance that can be overcome. Okay, hello, I would like to start by saying I like this game. It combines a lot of the types of games I play all into one. The graphics are cute, but there needs to be more in the tutorial as to how to do things like changing clothes, appearance, etc. One of my main frustration for now is going to do something and seeing that it costs silver or gold, but no one explains how to get these types of coins. I like talking to the players and finally found out the if you hit X, you can find out where individuals are on the map in town. I would like to be able to shift from the Tavern area map to the town map so I can know if I have someone that wants to talk on days that I don't really need to go into town. The overall mechanics of the game are simple enough, but I have to say the first time I got into this boat, I was confused on how to make it go to the island. I also agree that there needs to be higher amounts on the food to regain stamina. Overall, this is a good beginning and I can't wait to see what comes next. Oh, thank you so much for your suggestions and your feedback. And we will do better in our future updates.
Yeah, the question you mentioned in this comment, like the energy, I think you talk about energy. Uh, we are planning to give you an option to choose the energy amount limit. Now it's 120, and you can choose like 240 in the future, maybe next week. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next week. Stay tuned, guys. So let's go to the next review. So if you like cozy game, then DST is something you might wish to pick up. While it is still in its beginning stage, this game is adorable and has a ton of potential. With a staff that is willing to listen their players and constant updates, it is growing day by day. The graphics are delightful and the play is relaxing. Feel adventurous? Go out to an island and smack some things around. Feel like just growing things or fishing? Do that. Cook, gather, talk to people. Enjoy the tidbits of story. There are plenty to do and it is still growing. Little things that players feel are quality of life things are being listened to and have been implanted in the game to make it just more enjoyable. If you have input, suggestions, bugs, concerns, the staff is quick to listen and address. Thank you so much. And it is the first game I have ever donated to via Kickstarter because I tend not to donate to games until they are fully released. Too many games that make promises but just take the money and run.
Oh,
I have not regretted placing my hard-earned money toward DST. See you soon at the Dragon Song Tavern. Oh, thank you so much. I'm very touched.
yeah. Thank you so much for supporting us on Kickstarter. I know it's a it's a it's a big trust for us. So we are trying to make the game better, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for leaving this touching review. Yeah, and let's go to the next one. I pre-ordered this game through Kickstarter, another Kickstarter, and it is so cute. I like the mechanics, the turn-based battle style, and the overall look of this game. I haven't gotten very far into the main storyline yet. I will say I wish the little quests were a tad more diverse, as I have already done the same smuggling and find this person quest 3 to 4 times already. But this is beta play, so who knows?
Yeah, we plan to add more quests in the future.
Yeah, there will be more quest content in the future.
Mm.
Yeah, so and the last one,
Wow, this is really amazing. This guy played like 477 hours in our game.
I think this player play with his kid, I think. And I love this game. My kid loves it. And it's not stressful and I can go at whatever pace I want. The controls are amazing and are interesting in a good way for both keyboard and controller. The gameplay in general is pretty cool, and there's a lot of lore. The depths are awesome and fix bugs and other issues very quickly. The community is awesome too. Everyone is super helpful and kind. I'm genuinely looking forward to everything that the devs have planned in the future. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. I also have a daughter. She's 80 years old, and I also play our game with her together. So that's why we are planning to develop the multiplayer content because I want this is a game you can share with your kids, your family, and your friend. It's a family friend game, I think.
Yeah, it's really cute to play the game with your own kid, I think.
Well, thank you so much for leaving all your reviews on Steam. It truly means a lot to us as more in the team like us.
Yes, because it will not only help us know more about your feedback and try our best to improve this game, and it will also let more potential players to know our game. And we will pay close attention to all your reviews on Steam in the future.
Yeah. Before we wrap up today's stream, I love to give you a quick look at our major updates to Dragon Song Tavern. We have two big content updates planned, both with new features and exciting content. First, in July, right before this streaming, we've already released the summer theme update, including new seasonal outfits and tavern decorations to bring out that fun summer island vibe. Then, a long awaited multiplayer feature will be released to test in August. And around September, if everything goes smoothly, we plan to launch the full version of the game. But that's not all. The full version will also bring new story content, a new explorable map, new clothing, new decorations, basically, a lot of new content that we're excited to share with you.
Yes, and outside the game, we have got more great news. We will be at the pending Tokyo Game Show this September in Tokyo, Japan. Here in Japan, maybe here in Japan. And we're still preparing, but we will post more details on social media soon. So if you're planning to attend, please come say hi. We would like to meet you in person.
Thank we'll keep doing our best to bring you a warm and cozy and magical adventure. Thank you so much for staying with us. The streaming is about to end. Thank you to everyone in Discord and Steam who has sent us suggestions and questions and reviews, whether during early access or later when the full version is out. We want you to know that we are listening, we care, and we're doing our best to turn your feedback into real improvements. We also want to express our sincere thanks to our publishing partner, Harrison World. They work with us to talk to players, gather feedback, and even set up an official play survey so we could understand what you wanted. We both had one clear goal: fix things quickly and make the game better for everyone who supported us. If you have any feedback, you can join our Discord or give us a review on Steam. We really appreciate your opinion and support. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you
See
so
you.
much. Guys, we have seen your comments and your questions in the chat box, and don't worry, we can discuss it in the Discord in the future. Don't worry. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.